So, we start watching the movie and get acquainted with a hacker who receives an order from his manager Frankie. Frankie orders the hacker to obtain money from the bank's servers. Once he was given the order to hack the bank's servers, he started working on them. In 10 minutes, he hacked through all the bank's servers which were inside. After this, he started transferring $100 million from the bank account to Frankie's account. Now the scene cuts from here and we are shown a cybersecurity company where the employees were trying to stop the cyber attack taking place in the same bank whose bank was hacked by Frank. All the cybersecurity employees were trying to stop this cyber attack, but none of the hackers' codes were failing miserably. Could not break the company, and with every passing minute millions of dollars were being minus from the bank account, i.e. they were being withdrawn. Now we see the chief of the cybersecurity company, who is none other than Frankie himself, i.e. Frankie himself had got the server of his own client bank installed that too through another employee, i.e. not through an employee of his company. All the employees of the company are unaware that his boss is involved in all this. They were working hard that somehow this cyber attack can be stopped, and when all these people give up, then they call Kevin. Understand that Kevin was the king of their software, and at this time he was on leave in connection with his daughter's heart surgery. But as soon as he receives an emergency call from the office, he immediately reaches the office. He reaches the office and finds that the situation is pretty bad. At times, they try to stop the cyber attack, but there would not be a single person who can do anything as the control of the bank server is entirely in the hands of the hacker. Kevin also tries at first to prevent this hacking by some such coding, but when he fails in this attempt, he installs a new system of his choice in his server. He named this system Firewall, which within a second, he breaks the hacker's coding, and through such hacking, all the money that was being withdrawn from the bank account also stops, and then finally these people get the server back maintained due to this work of Kevin. Everyone was very happy except his boss, because we know that this whole plan was his boss's only. He is very angry with Kevin. That is why he says to Kevin, why did you install your new system in their server if there is no one there? And if it goes wrong, then who would be responsible for it? Although Kevin had done a good job, still Kevin was getting scolded, and now the scene cuts, and we come to know that till the time that attack was stopped, from the backside many $100 million were emptied, and the transaction history of the bank was also deleted, due to which no one knew to whose account this money was transferred. Now it is known that Frankie had to withdraw some less money through this hacking, but he's withdrawn more, and somebody is scolding him for this, and he's the director of this cybersecurity company, and by God, he is the mastermind. He asks Frank that you were asked to withdraw only $0 million. Why did you withdraw more than this? In response, Frankie says, because I also wanted something. This time his boss was very angry on Frankie's case attitude, because another twist in the story is that this work was also done by someone else from his boss, and it was actually a big money lending mafia. One man so much in talks, gangster Pang, who has kidnapped this time Chain, asks him why did he withdraw more money than the target. Sean was confused and tells him, not me. Frankie has withdrawn more money. I was not even aware of this. He tells the gangster, you just invite Frankie and his family for dinner. He did not want to do this because he knew that the gangster would do something wrong to them, but to blackmail him, the gangster brings Jane's brother here, and his men put a polythene sheet on his mouth. They tie him up and start beating him in front of him. Knacker now has to call Frankie and invite him for dinner. Frankie goes to Bima, and while he was on the way, the gangster's men hack his car. By hacking, all its doors were locked, and then the speed was set. Frankie, who was driving at this time, did not understand what was happening with his car. When he tried to apply brakes, the brakes also stopped. She fails and her car meets with a very bad accident. No one knows who is behind the accident. People all over the world believed it to be a normal accident wherein Frankie's family was killed. Her car caught fire and the whole family was burning. He shows the video of the same thing to gangster Chan and threatens him that next time he commits even the slightest mistake, he will be responsible for his own consequences. He was afraid since he had no idea of how wrong he is with his person, so a greedy start ended up making him trapped and forced to do as told by the gangster. After he visited the office, he now promotes Kevin instead of Frankie and also gives Frankie a house and car from the company. In the following scene, it is demonstrated that he was speaking to an employee of his very own office. He was stuck in a problem. His daughter was not getting admission in the school, and the school was demanding $5 million, which he did not have, so he thinks why not hack the school server and put his daughter's name in the admission list there, but it was illegal. He says this in the beginning, but stops in the middle. Now he does that. He was doing all the work when suddenly he saw that $5 million have come into his account. Now he is surprised at the same thing, that suddenly a lot of money comes into his account from many other accounts and his daughter's admission in school. It also so happens that he receives this news of donation fee already being paid by somebody, and the teacher who has not granted admission to Kevin's daughter has also agreed. Kevin is surprised that she had such huge money. Who can help? Next day, Jin calls him to meet him at lonely place outside the office. Kevin was a good player too. He knew Zane would talk like this, so he had kept his mobile advance. Jane had put a recording on it, and here he is telling the truth to Kevin that I myself had carried out a cyber attack on that bank. Remember, all that money which has come to your account is being sent by me, and it is also because of me that admission for your daughter is being done. This has also happened, and if you are on our side, double the amount that is in your banking account currently would start coming into your banking banking account. But Kevin is a truthful man. He denies this deal, and with the chain, he even threatens to expose all to the police. Now Jane too starts suspecting that Kevin must have kept the recorder with him to gather any evidence. She immediately draws out his mobile from his pocket and throws it out. He tells him that all the evidence he had against Chan has gone down the drain. Later Chan tells him, "What do you think? We know nothing about you. We know who you were before. You even went to jail for a little money." Kevin replies, "Yes, I did all that, but now I am no longer like that." Saying all this, Kevin leaves from there. He was still on the way when he was stopped by the police. The police take him to the police station, and investigation starts with him because the police came to know that a lot of transactions had taken place in his account the previous day. They ask Kevin to tell who sent such a huge amount of money to your account. Are you yourself behind that cyber attack? Or Kevin does not lie to the police. He tells the whole truth that yes, money has been transferred to my account, but I am not behind it. I am being implicated, but why should the police listen to him? Then Kevin tells them that I am innocent. At this time I have no proof of this, but if you give me some time then I will show you this proof, and also I will help you in resolving this case and will find out who was behind this cyber attack. The police accept his deal, after which Kevin starts his duty and starts collecting all the information about the previous cyber attack, that too from his office. During all this, we see that Chan is now doing the same thing as before. Contacted the hacker as he was going to conduct a new cyber attack in which the hacker was to hack another bank and loot $2 million from there. Now because Kevin was also in the office at this time, he came to know that Chan he informs the police about the intention to attack the bank and himself starts trying to stop this cyber attack. At this moment, Kevin had also developed a new software through which he could install it in the server of the bank. Not only can he end up hacking the bank, but can also collect all the information from where the server of that bank was being hacked and to which account the money was going to withdraw or transfer or not. He had found evidence against himself and also the proof of his innocence, and if he has given it to the police, then his case would have been resolved. He would go to the police station with this proof, but during the way, he was caught by the gangsters' men. They were taking me somewhere, but Kevin was also very powerful. He kills all the people there, opens the car and quickly comes out and comes to the police station. He was about to give all the evidence to the police when his wife reached there, who had a bad news for him that his daughter had been kidnapped. His wife was messaged that if your husband deletes all the evidence against Chan, then the daughter will be returned alive and safe. In such a situation, despite not wanting to give all the evidence to the police, Kevin goes to his office and gives all the evidence to Jane. After this, he requests Kevin to recover that banking system of that bank. Do the same thing as earlier so that the person who was trying to withdraw illegal money can complete his mission and starts doing work according to his instruction. And during this, he also finds out his daughter's location through hacking. He forwards it to his wife, and as soon as she receives it, the wife sets out to rescue her daughter. Her daughter was confined in a trunk in some strange space, so her condition had deteriorated further. She takes her daughter to the hospital. Now she is arrested by police because she knew that Frankie had broken the deal with police, so she didn't give them all the pieces of evidence. He had instead used it to save her daughter. For this reason now, the police arrested Frankie's wife for blackmailing him. Now as soon as Frankie got this news, he was also much disturbed because his wife got arrested, his daughter was ill, and now his wife also fell ill because she did not get anything to eat in jail. There was no proof in hand to get his wife free, and now he had to collect evidence against Jane and the gangster again. For this, he goes back to his office and then hacks Chan's phone to collect all the evidence against him. But to open his banking application, he needed the password which he did not know, hence he hacks the banking application itself, from where he comes to know that Chan is not doing this work through one account, but by creating many fake accounts of his own. That is, he used to hack the banks illegally and send money to his different accounts. Even in real life, Chan had many passports. That is, he always had complete planning in case he ever got stuck and how to get out of it. Now when he starts extracting the information of all those accounts, he comes to know that the transaction history had already been deleted by Chan. Now from here, he was losing badly. That is why he hacks into his personal message information. Through this, he came to know that he was working for a very big gangster. To gather evidence, Kevin started hacking the gangster's account and also hacked the CCTV of his car. Time is in a golf court where Jahan came to kill him. At this time, Kevin's luck was going very good. He had to collect evidence against Chan which he did not have, but Chan himself gave all the evidence to him. Actually, Chan was also tired of this blackmailing of this gangster and he came here to kill him, and first of all, he comes here and kills 2 of his cards. All the CCTV footage of which goes to the police because he did all this work in the gangster's car. This was achieved by standing at the back, and Kevin had hacked the cameras of the gangster's car and was showing footage to police. Kevin had also sent Chane's live location to the police. That is why the police immediately came here to arrest Chane, and Chan also became aware of this. He immediately sat in his car to run away from here, but the police police was continuously chasing him and he understood that someone had definitely hacked his phone due to which his location was revealed to them. It has revealed that that is why he throws his phone out of the car. As soon as he threw his mobile, Kevin was unable to trace its location and now he was badly trapped. He did not understand what to do. Then he remembers that sometimes he had seen the medicine in Jane's cabin, which Kevin also used to order for his daughter. Now, he hacked the delivery company server and by hacking it, he figured out what the address of Chen's house was. That was a strange place. It could never be Chan's house. When he went inside the building, then opened the room, there was this sick boy lying on the floor whom the gangster had murdered at the onset of the film in order to blackmail him. He was stuck here. Finally now he had caught his hand. Kevin immediately sent this location to the police. Chan was also aware that any moment the police will come here to catch him. That's why he starts running from here, but Kevin stops him. A scuffle begins between them and Zane also try to shoot Kevin, but he unluckily this bullet hits his brother and now before he could do that the second bullet killed Kevin here. The police arrived and arrested Jane. Jane was caught and due to his assistance to the police, all the charges against Kevin were abolished later on and he further could lead a free life. His life was very complete in which he can now live his life. He is shown how to paint his daughter in the last of the story.